Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Lexie, and today's video is going to be a book haul. So this isn't a book haul that I've accumulated over the last month or few weeks or something like that. It's kind of been a book haul I've accumulated over the last couple months. This is like a couple months of book of the month and books that I bought. I shopped the Barnes & Noble sale on their 50% off hardcovers right at the new year or at the end of 2021. But I've been just accumulating. I think these are all that I've gotten, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, let's just jump in. So some of these are from my last video because they're on my to be read for the month. So we'll just kind of talk about these real quick. But first one is Homicide and Hello. If I'm saying that wrong, I have no clue. By Mia P. Manansala. So this is the follow-up to Arsenic and Adobo, which I absolutely loved. So I'm excited for the second book in the Tia Rosie's Kitchen. So these are cozy mysteries. Just super cute little mystery books. So far, Arsenic and Adobo I loved. So this one is A Death at a Beauty Pageant turns Tita Rosie's Kitchen upside down in the latest entry in this witty and humorous cozy mystery series. So I'll be interested to see if Lila or Leela, the main character in this book, if she's somehow like the first one where they think she did it, or if now she's just trying to help solve it. So I'm excited to read this. Okay, next is Neon Gods by Kate Robert. So this one, if you're like me, you've probably seen it everywhere, all over Instagram and YouTube, or BookTube and Bookstagram, whatever you call them. You've probably seen it all over, which is why I have it and why I want to read it, because I've heard great reviews. I heard it's a Persephone and Hades retelling or story. Apparently it's steamy on the front. It says unspeakably hot. So apparently there's some steamy scenes, so definitely wouldn't recommend if you're 18 years or younger. But definitely excited. So apparently Persephone is supposed to marry Zeus, but she doesn't want to, so she crosses over into Hades' area or land or kingdom, whatever it's described as in this book, and then they kind of end up falling for each other. So based on the reviews, I have high expectations. Hopefully I am not disappointed. Okay, next is When You Get the Chance by Emma Lord. She is the same author of Tweet Cute, and like I said in my last video, I'm obsessed with Tweet Cute. It's one of my favorite books. I think it was just, I love anything in the kitchen, cooking and romance, and mix it all together. It's great. Plus had a social media aspect. I loved it. This one is pretty much this, what's her name? I want to say this girl, but I should probably look at the character, right? Millie. I'm terrible with character names. You would think I would have gotten better with it, but I haven't. Millie, she wants to be a Broadway star. So she's chasing her dreams, and then she finds a live journal from her dad back from a long time ago, and now she wants to find her mother. She doesn't know her mother. She had no clue, but she wants to find her and meet her and get to know her. But then at the same time, she's also falling for her rival, apparently. So it's just, I think it's going to be a cute YA romance book, just like all of Emma Lord's other books. So if you haven't read any of Emma Lord, please go pick it up. Preferably Tweet Cute, my favorite. But let's see if this one will beat Tweet Cute or not. Okay, next is, let's talk about this one. This is You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus. So this is by the same author of One of Us is Lying, and if you've watched my channel before, you know that I really enjoyed One of Us is Lying. I've tried to watch the television show. I haven't really gotten into it. I don't even think I've gotten past the first or second episode. Anybody else feel that? Like, I read the book and then I'm watching the show, and the show is just, I guess the show is pretty different. There's some different plot lines and all that, but I don't know, you would think I'd make me want to watch it more because it's different, but I haven't gotten into it, and I'm not sure why. Now, this book is definitely different than One of Us is Lying to a certain extent. So this follows Ivy, Mateo, and Cal. They all end up pretty much late to school one day, and they all decide to start ditching, or ditch that day. Well, apparently they see someone else ditching and they decide to follow him, but they follow him to the scene of his own murder. So then there's just like a murder investigation. They're all hiding something. So kind of along the same lines of One of Us is Lying, but a little bit different. So if it's anything like One of Us is Lying, I'll probably enjoy it. Okay, next is, this is a book talk, Bookstagram, booktube, influenced by. Never read any of hers, but it's all over the internet, so I said, why not give it a chance? And that is Verity by Colleen Hoover. I've never read anything about Colleen Hoover, but apparently everybody loves Colleen Hoover, and I'll just talk about this next book honestly as well. I also picked up It Ends With Us from Book of the Month. I believe I picked it up as an extra last month. So I have 2 Colleen Hoover. I honestly have no clue what they're about. I think this one has to do with writing a book. Okay. I honestly have no clue what these are about. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've watched other booktube videos and everything, so I'm sure you know what these 2 are about. But I picked them up to give them a try. These are like the 2 most recommended Colleen Hoover from what I can see or what I found. So I'm going to give them a try. I heard that they're like heartbreaking and all this stuff, so not sure if I'll be mentally and emotionally ready for Colleen Hoover, but with how highly rated she is, I'm going to give her a shot, and I'm going to try to hopefully not be disappointed. I have a hard time with that. There's not been too many books that I haven't been disappointed in that have come at like 5-star reviews, but we're going to see. So I'm really not going to go into much detail about these books because most everybody knows what they're about, except for me apparently. Okay, the next book I bought honestly just for the cover, and I think it just looks adorable. And it's a funny story about this one. So this is The Royals Next Door by Karina Hale. So what's funny about this is that I saw this, it was like advertised on Facebook or something, and I was like, oh, I want to go grab it. And all I could find was Kindle. I could not find it anywhere else. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll buy it later on when I finish like the 150 books I have on there that need to be read, which is terrible. I have way too many. But so I was like, okay, I won't buy it because I just have too many Kindle books. I'll wait. Well, then I was walking the aisles of Target one day, and there was just one sitting on the shelf. It was 20% off, so I had to buy it. Because this cover just looks perfect, whether it's for the spring or the summer. So I don't know. I didn't even know what it was about, and I bought it just because I wanted it. But apparently this follows Piper Evans. It says, an ordinary summer goes royally awry when a prince and princess moves next door, bringing their handsome bodyguard with them. So apparently this isn't where the royal moves into a small town and then he falls in love with just some ordinary girl. But this is a girl who lives in a small town, I believe, and next door moves into prince and princess. What comes with them is their bodyguard, and apparently she starts falling for the bodyguard. Don't know much else about it, but it's the cover that drew me in. I don't know. It was cute to me, and it looks like the perfect like springtime read. So sounded pretty good. Can't go wrong. For some reason, romance and royalty kind of go hand in hand for me. I love royalty or romance books that have to deal with royalty. I don't know why, but I love it. Give me Princess Diaries. I'm in the middle of Tokyo Ever After. Give me anything royalty and I just eat it up. Don't know why. Maybe that's why I watch Princess Diaries way too much. Who wants a third one? Because I do. Okay. Next, we are going to be talking about, this is one I actually pre-ordered. Not for any specific reason, it's just the cover, and then when I actually read it, it sounded good. So this is The Runaway Bride by Mary Jane Baker. The cover's cute. Looks like a cute, just little, again, summertime in romance, spring and summertime with romance books, just, I don't know. So they just go hand in hand for me. So I read a lot. Orville. We're fostering puppies right now, so I have a little puppy running around me, and he likes to chew on everything, so I have to make sure he's not stealing things. But yes, so springtime and summertime, I read a lot of romance. And then this book, it says, here comes the bride, but how long can she hide? So apparently in this book, Kitty Clayton flees her wedding, and I believe she jumps in, her fiance, soon-to-be husband, was cheating on her, but I believe she jumps into like a Uber or something, and then the driver of the Uber, I think they end up in a romance from what I can remember. Picking up her hitchhiking widowed children's author. Yeah, so I don't know. Either Uber or he just picks her up and helps her escape. So she ends up, I think, in a romance with her getaway driver from her wedding. So, sounded fun. Sounded like a cute little read. Don't know how, you know, I don't really know much about it, but I saw it, pre-ordered it, and it came in the mail. So, next is, this was an impulse buy. I probably had no business buying it because I haven't even read the first one, but I'm going to read the first one, so I'm probably going to want to read the second one. So I bought the second one before I got the first one. I don't know. It's all over Book Talk right now, BookTube, all over right now because it's brand new, and that is the new book from Sarah J. Maas, House of Sky and Breath. This is a Crescent City novel, and look at this monster. Look at this. That's probably why I haven't read the first Crescent City, just because they're humongous and they're a little bit... I'm a little scared. But you know what? Whatever. We're just going to dive on in. I just need to buy the first one or get the first one from my local library or something and try it. But I've never read any Sarah J. Maas. I still have Sarah J. Maas on my bookshelf. Still needed to be read. I think it's A Court of Thorn and Roses. Still need to read that. Haven't done it. So, I don't know. I just found this. You know what? It's Sam's Club. I found it for like $15, which it's originally $28. And that's $15 for a hardcover brand new book. I was like, you know what? That's a steal, because that's about what I pay for my book of the month, I think. I don't even know what book of the month is costs anymore. But I think that's around the same, and this thing is a monster. So I decided to pick it up, even though I don't even know if I like the series yet. But I know I'm not the only one that does that, where you buy the end of the series or the later books in the series before the first ones. I don't know. I know I'm not the only crazy one. Okay, next, this is another book I got in the Barnes & Noble sale, and this is Kate in Waiting by Becky Albertalli. This just looked super cute. I don't know why, it just drew me in. I've seen a few people talk about it, but it's super cute. It's about theater again. I'm a theater buff. I love theater. Anything musical, any plays, anything like that. It used to be in theater tech when I was in high school. I just love theater. So this is follows Kate and Anderson Walker, and it says that carpooling to and from theater rehearsals, environmentally sound and efficient, consulting each other on every single life decision, basic good judgment, pining for the same guys from afar, shared crushes are more fun anyways. But when Kate and Andy's latest long-distance crush shows up at their school, everything goes off script. Matt Olson is talented, sweet, and Kate likes him. She really likes him. The only problem, so does Anderson. So, pretty much these best friends, or these friends, whatever, do everything together, but then they end up crushing on the same person. So it'll be interesting to see how the friendships withstand it, and if either one of them go into a relationship with this person. So it sounded fun, and it sounded based around in theater, so I had to pick it up. Next was another pre-order for me. Again, this is mainly for the cover, and then I just bought it because the cover looked good, and I figured this would be a good summer read. If not, it can sit on my TBR shelves for the next year or two, because that's pretty much how long books sit on my TBR. This is The Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. This just looks like the perfect summer book. No clue what it's about. When I bought it, no clue, just bought it. I've heard Elle Kennedy, I've never read her, but I've heard that she's a great author. I know a lot of people like her. So this says, a deliciously sexy story with a wallop of emotions that sneaks up on you. She does everything right, so what can go wrong? So this follows Mackenzie, Mac, which is my sister's name, so I don't know. Hi Mackenzie if you're watching. It says she's a people pleaser. It's exhausting, really always following the rules. All she wants to do is focus on growing her internet business. But first she must get a college degree at her parents' insistence. That means moving to a beachside town of Avalon Bay, a community made up of locals and wealthy students of Garnet College. 20-year-old Mac has plenty of practice suppressing her wilder impulses, but when she meets the local bad boy, Cooper Hartley, that ability is suddenly tested. So this is going to be a college romance book where she falls for the bad guy. What can go wrong? Sounds like the perfect romance summer read to me. Next is a book of the month book. This is Love and Other Disasters by Anita Kelly. Looks super cute. I always pick the romance option for book of the month because romance reader, love it. But I also choose some other ones in here. So this one I believe has to do with competing in a culinary show or competition, which again, if you know me, baking, cooking, culinary shows, culinary competitions, baking competitions, romance, can't go wrong. Love it, love it, love it. Give me the food. I love to read about the food. Granted, I probably gain too much weight when I read about books based on kitchens and around food because all I do want to do is snack because the books make me hungry. But you know what? It's okay. It's worth it because I love those competitions. So this follows Dahlia Woodson. Says culinary dreams are coming true. Sure, her marriage ended in a hideous explosion of misery and she's quit her job for the gamble of a lifetime, but she's finally a contestant on the cooking show Chef's Special. So going through a divorce, quit her job, joined this, and now she's probably going to end up falling for her rival. Sounds pretty good to me. And again, it's a book of the month club. No way am I sponsored, but book of the month, you can't go wrong. It's like $14. When you sign up, a lot of times you can find a code for $10 for your first one, and then I think it's $14 or $15 the next every month after that, and then you get a brand new hardcover book. It's honestly a great deal. Okay. Next is Everything We Didn't Say by Nicole Bart. This is a book of the month, and see, this was not the romance book of the month, the romance choice, so I do get other things other than romance. So this says, one night everything changed. Juniper Baker was 19 when her world was torn apart. As fireworks lit up the summer sky, her neighbors were brutally murdered right outside her barn, and to Juniper's horror, her younger brother became the prime suspect. So I'm assuming this book is going to be about finding who murdered her neighbors and clearing her brother's name. So I've always had a problem with the book of the month thrillers, maybe because I'm really looking for a thriller, and every book of the month thriller I have not been thrilled. But I don't know if this is a thriller or a mystery, but hopefully I'll enjoy this more than, say, Girl A or I can't remember the other ones, but Girl A has been my most disappointing read from Book of the Month. So hopefully it'll be a little bit better than that. Okay, next one. I'm sorry, this video is pretty long, but I'm trying to go through them. Next one is another book of the month, and this is Head Over Heels. It says She's Determined to Stick the Landing by Hannah Ornstein. Super cute little book. I love yellow books. I don't know why, but I love them. This says it's from July 2020, so I'm a little behind, but I didn't have it, and it looked cute, and it was an option to get, so I got it. And it says, can she bring home the gold at the gym and with him? So it's following Avery Abrams. After training her entire life to make the Olympic gymnastics team, a disastrous performance ended her athletic career for good. Her best friend and teammate Jasmine went on to become the Olympic champion, and then committed the ultimate betrayal by marrying their coach Dimitri. Now reeling from a breakup with her football star boyfriend, Avery returns to her Massachusetts. Orville, drop it. Puppy's chewing on something as we speak. Returns to her Massachusetts town where her old acquaintance Ryan, now a coach, asks her to help him train. So this coach is going to ask her to help him, and they're obviously going to coach together and probably fall in love. So cute little sports romance, which I also like sports romances. Okay, next is The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. I've only read one other Christina Lauren book, and that was The Unhoneymooners, and I loved it. Again, another yellow book, so was The Unhoneymooners, yellow. Yellow books just draw me in. Don't know why, but I loved it, so I figured can't go wrong with another Christina Lauren book. So this follows Jessica Davis, and she ends up trying out this DNA-based dating service, and she becomes 98% compatible with someone, which is unheard of usually. There's not many people that actually make a 98% match, and she ends up matching with one of the founders of this matching service. So it's their story, their love story, their dating story. So if it's anything like The Unhoneymooners or anything as good as that, I'll be happy. But we'll see. So I picked this up at a Barnes & Noble sale as well because 50% off. You can't beat it. Okay, next is How to Marry Keanu Reeves in 90 Days by K.M. Jackson. This is a Book of the Month pick from November of last year, 2021. And this was the romance pick. So I picked this up. I had no clue. Well, obviously you know what it's about because it's How to Marry Keanu Reeves in 90 Days. But it was the romance choice. I didn't even read what it was about. I just picked it up because, I don't know, it looked like, again, another cute little summer romance read for me. So this says, Dear Keanu, you don't know me, but I'm about to ruin your wedding. So How to Marry Keanu Reeves in 90 Days. I'll be interested to see how to succeed in that. I know Keanu Reeves is like a huge thing. Everybody loves him. I'm really not. I don't know. I guess I just don't have like a connection to him like so many people do. But I don't know. Let's see how the book goes. Okay. Next is the other, my last Book of the Month choice. It says Reckless Girls. This is a novel by Rachel Hawkins. It says they're dying for an escape. I haven't read her first book, The Wife Upstairs, but I've heard great things from her, and it says 1 island, 6 visitors, countless secrets. Beautiful, wild, and strange, Miro Island is a desolate spot in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with a mysterious history of shipwrecks, cannibalism, and even rumors of murder. It's the perfect destination for the most adventurous traveler to escape everything except the truth. 6 stunning 20-somethings are about to embark on a blissful, free-spirited journey, one filled with sun-drenched days and intoxicating nights. But as it becomes clear that the group is even more cut off from civilization than they initially thought, it starts to feel like the island itself is closing in, sending them on a dangerous spiral of discovery. When one person goes missing and another turns up dead, the remaining friends wonder what dark currents lie beneath the impenetrable paradise. Sounds fun. It sounds like a good mystery for the spring and summertime. Tropical island. The cover again is yellow with hibiscus, which hibiscus is my favorite flower to plant because I tend to not kill them. Kill everything else except hibiscus. So sounded good to me, and it was a Rachel Hawkins, so I decided to pick it up because I've heard really good things about her books and I want to give them a try. Okay, the last 2 books, I'm only going to talk about one of them because the other one is a sequel and I don't know anything. I don't want to spoil anything. And I got these at the Barnes & Noble 50% off. So it's These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. So these, I've heard great reviews about both of, well, specifically this one, but about both of them. So these are pretty much a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but based on gangs, rival gangs in Shanghai, China. Now, 1, I picked these up because they have great reviews. 2, Romeo and Juliet retelling. I don't know. That's a trope I think I like. I've read it a few times. We're going to give it a shot. But 3, I've been to Shanghai, China, and Shanghai, China has actually been one of my favorite destinations from my travels. I've been to a lot of other places, but Shanghai, China, I don't know. China just holds a special place in my heart. I loved it. I traveled there for 9 days. I went to Shanghai, Xi'an, and Beijing, and I loved all of it. Excuse me. But Shanghai I don't know, maybe it was my first stop. Maybe I have some really good memories there, but always a place I want to go back to. I want to take my husband. My husband has like no drive or want to go to Shanghai, but I'm going to get him there one day. We love Disney, so maybe the new Shanghai Disney, we'll get him there and then we'll go see everything else. But so these follow rival gangs where the head of one gang and the head of the other, so male and female. What are their names? The year is 1926 and Shanghai hums to the tune of debauchery. Juliet Kai and Roma. Those are the heads of the rival gangs, and they end up falling for each other. So these delights, or these violent delights, is the first one, and then Our Violent Ends is the second. So I haven't even read what this is about, but I figured I would probably love this one, so I picked up the second one at the same time. So this is just rival gangs. A blood feud between two gangs runs the streets red, numbing the city to its chaos. At the heart of it all is 18-year-old Juliet Kai, a former flapper girl who has returned to begin her duties as the proud heir of the Scarlet Gang. So, blood war between the two gangs, and yet the leaders end up falling for each other. So we'll see how it ends up. There's a second one, so hopefully they don't end up like Romeo and Juliet, where they both die. We'll see. I hope this video wasn't too long. That is my final book, or books of my book haul. It was a decent book haul. I'm excited to read them, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, and if you've read any of these, please let me know what you thought, or if you want to read them, let's talk about them. But for now, I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.